What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? New episode today, Building London. Glad to have everyone back. I know it's been about a week since I last uploaded. I appreciate everyone's patience in that matter. Really, what's going on is that I'm trying to give everyone a chance to kind of catch up with the series. Sometimes, if I've uploaded these episodes all too quickly, a lot of y'all lose a little bit of interest, seeing as how you can't really keep up. But I think we're at that point now. We're ready for a new episode. And as I stated earlier, I do not pre-record these episodes. I record them and then upload them. So, thanks for joining. Anyway, we have made some progress here. As you can see, our city is starting to take shape. We have some, actually, a lot of city-specific buildings, and everything looks beautiful. We are looking pretty strong. One problem, though, these buildings down here are not going to upgrade. And I know it's crying shame. I was hoping I actually demolished them, but they're giving me the not enough room to upgrade message, which is a real issue. And I'll show you something here, too. Our little foolproof method of the short tree row here, I guess, doesn't always work because obviously we can fit one in here. I believe we can even fit a high school, but yet it's still telling us, see? I don't know. It's still telling us that there's not enough room to upgrade. So we'll give it one more shot. I've had similar scenarios where we've gone ahead and done that, and I've gotten that message and then demolished, and when they come back, they actually do. So hopefully that will work properly. Added a little bit of parks over here in the little empty space. Our land wealth, some of you have been asking about land value, land wealth, land value, and for the most part, I mean, it is just completely covering our whole entire area with the exception of this area out here, which we'll develop in a later episode here. I don't know if I added this hospital last episode. There were some cries for help regarding healthcare, sick Sims. So, yeah. Anyway, glad to have everyone back once again. So today, we're going to be doing a little bit more of the same. We're just kind of moving along here. Our power situation, as we touched on last episode, for those of you who have not watched last episode, we actually developed a little resource city out here with some power and some control net and stuff like that. So don't have to really worry too much about that. This here city is coming along fairly nice. I want to go ahead and work down over this way. This area over here, and even if you look at the map yourself, is just more or less just like a grid pattern out in here, just kind of more the same. This city in particular, and as well as screenshots, it's not going to be exactly to scale, just like my, Simcity building, Las Vegas series. However, it's going to give everyone a pretty nice perspective on what exactly you can do and the realism you can kind of obtain from this game still. As far as mods, some of you have been asking about a lot of the mods that I'm using. I tried to the best of my ability to, link the mods in the description below. Some of you, if you have any questions regarding the mods, definitely ask. I have no problem letting you know which mods I use. Somewhat readily available on the Simtropolis website, so, no big deal there. I'm not really sure why we ain't getting a building over here. We're having some real, I don't know if maybe we should do something like this, but yeah, we're having some trouble putting up a building right in this little area here. Is our land value okay? It's kind of bugging me. See, the land value isn't really that strong. I guess just for the time being, we can throw something else down in here just to strengthen that just a bit. There we go. Hopefully that'll correct that. But yeah, this little area here is coming along fairly nicely as the rest of the city. And let's check our little stats. Money, not really worried about too much of that. It's sandbox mode. Oh, got a little bit of an embezzlement going on there. I wonder where that's coming from. But yeah, money, it's during sandbox mode, so you can always add more funds. Workers and unemployed. We got a lot of low wealth commuting out. That's pretty interesting. I guess they're going to the other resource city. There's some medium wealth, but primarily this is going to be high wealth. So we'll see. Okay, we got a construction of a building here. And I'm trying to think, maybe it would be best too close to, because of the little road there. Fairly interesting. All right, we'll let that kind of develop here a little bit. But oh my gosh, this area of the city is looking fantastic, if you ask me. I really wish these little buildings down here would develop, but I think what I'll end up doing, and we'll see, we'll give this a little bit of time. Let's check our little possibility of upgrades tab, or what is it called here? Building density map. I mean, it's giving us likely to expand here. So let's just give it one more shot. If it's going to expand, it's going to expand. If not, I want to kind of turn this whole little strip here into a park. And according to the map, it for the most part is pretty much, to scale as far as a park's concerned. Out here, we haven't really done much with land value, so you'll still see some of these older buildings. It's not really much of a concern of mine at this point. I'm kind of working on this end of the city, and then I'll definitely move out that way. Same thing with this little area here. Some of you have asked. This here is just kind of temporary. I just want to kind of leave it placed with some pedestrian paths, just kind of outlining the format of the park. As opposed to kind of trying to fit it in later on in the episodes, I just figured do it now, get all the buildings in around it, and then we can tweak it. But yeah, so anywho, we are moving along nicely. I'm kind of just letting the game kind of just roll here. Let me just make sure this is on full speed here. We're not making any money with our landmark as of yet, but it looks like we're looking for a commercial. Huh. I don't know where it's getting all this low wealth commercial from, unless it's from these buildings out here. I guess temporarily we can add some, some shops in or something like that, but primarily I don't see why it's begging for that. It's kind of weird. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and let's flip over to the map real quick, and I'll show you what I'm kind of looking at here. Of course, the big park there in the middle, you've got... Buckingham Palace. We'll have to try to figure out what exactly we're going to use for that. And let's see, towards the right, we've got of course, the train station, and there's going to be another park out that way. But if you look up towards the top center of the map, where it says St. James, that's where we're going to be focusing more so on today, maybe the road placement. And, just trying to kind of fill that area in with land value and whatnot. So let's go ahead and let's tackle that. And I think I tried to do something like this a couple episodes ago, and we failed at it. But let's go ahead and let's try again. If we go ahead and... Whoops, didn't mean to do that one. But if we go ahead and take, again, another gander at our land value, we're going to want to make sure we maintain the integrity of our land value. Otherwise, we're going to just run into problems here. Really don't know why. Oops. Going crazy over here, people. Going crazy. Alright. There's actually, when I signed on to Simcity today, there's actually a patch. I haven't really looked at what exactly that involved, but there definitely was a patch, so we'll have to do some research and find out if there's anything significant that changed. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure why that's not filling in there, but we'll leave that for now, at least to help out our land value. And same thing through here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to put, I know it's saying not enough freight producers, but I'm going to try to put a couple, maybe like a corner store or something over here for right now, and then we'll see kind of how that develops. The land value on this side is going to be struggling at first, but we will get it there where it needs to be. I like to kind of keep this up. I talked about this last episode. It's kind of weird why there'd be some big sector of high wealth right out in the middle of nothing here. I'm not arguing, because we're looking to get as much high wealth as we can. However, it is kind of bizarre, why that would just pop up like that. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that as well. And let's go ahead. We're going to have two sets of, or two rows of buildings here, if you will, butted up against each other. So we'll go ahead and we'll try this again. I know it wasn't working on the other end of town, but we will try it here. And hopefully we will succeed at that. And this can kind of stretch. This can kind of, I guess. Can we connect these? Looks kind of tacky, though. I don't know, we'll leave it for now, but we'll try to fix that later on. And then I guess we'll keep this portion commercial. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's get rid of all this here because we want to make sure we're maximizing, and that's what most of my cities are about. I try to maximize with these small city plots, and I know that's going to be changing fairly soon. There's been a couple mods released for those of you that didn't listen to my last commentary from some of the great modders out there about larger city sizes. I've downloaded it. I've tried it myself. I was going to actually do a review on it. However, it's really buggy, and I know I talked about it last episode. The I don't know how the best way to explain it. When you go out, when you go out to the region view here, you can definitely see where the new city boundaries are. The problem is, though, when you're going in, you're trying to zone and you're trying to lay roads within those now larger, city boundaries. There's conflict there, and I'm guarantee you they're working on it. I just assume not review a mod that's broken. You know what I mean? So we'll leave it until it gets perfected, and then I'll definitely bring it to my episodes. Maybe we'll try a city or two. Wow, that fit perfect right there with the with the larger cities. Definitely maybe we'll start a new series. City sizes the way they used to be or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to come up with pretty cool verbiage, but very nice. All right, so schools, I know we have to keep, since they're all high wealth, we have to kind of keep everybody happy. I think we have a grade school somewhere. Where is it at? I think it's out here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here, over the bridge. And how we doing with 419 students, so that's not bad. I was thinking about adding a couple libraries, because libraries definitely help to maintain the land value. I guess we can probably, I don't know, be a good spot for it. We're still in the early stages of the city, everybody, so, some of this stuff that I laid down, it might be just kind of temporary, but, as we kind of move along, we might have to move some stuff just for zoning. For right now, I'll just put it out here, just like I said, to maintain the land value. Libraries, I don't think they really add to the education. I think they just kind of hold it steady where it's at. So for those of you that are interested in libraries, you can do a little bit of research on it. But I had a lot of comments about connecting this rail line here. Actually looked at it off camera. I have to see, if there's any legitimate way, because we can't build a tunnel. I've already tried that. Some of you have suggested building a rail bridge over here, which I guess we can do. I'm not completely opposed to it. Kind of just building a bridge. I don't even know, will it let me? Let's just try it. I'm not gonna plop it down, but just for my own knowledge, if it'll even let me do something like that. Because we were having trouble with roads out this way with the steepness. You see, I don't even think it's going to let me. This whole little area of the city is just dead, in my opinion, as far as bridges or anything is concerned. And with it being a more coastal, you see, you can't do a tunnel. It's just the water tables are too high. So, I know even when I put it in, I said it was going to be kind of just a visual thing, and I would love for it to work, and I would definitely hook it up if the rail line's attached to it. But with the exception of running a rail line all the way down here, I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to try to see. It's just going to kind of deter us from that scale aspect of the city that I've been wanting. I don't think in real life London they've got a train track running around that corner there, but I'll look. I know in the building Las Vegas, I initially said there was going to be no trains, and then after further review of the map, that we did see there was a train indeed that ran along. So, and we added it. So we'll see. There's always future episodes here. Now let's go ahead and take a look here. Night has fallen. I noticed there isn't much development in the nighttime. I think that's just because construction workers or whatnot, they try not to work at night. All right. Looking pretty good, solid. I know we have a couple other landmarks here I wanted to kind of address and try to find out as far as placement. I know the Globe Theater is one of them. We'll have to figure out exactly where that's supposed to go. Let's check here. We're looking for London. And then we also have here we go, Globe Theater. So this needs placement. And then also we need to focus on where we're going to put our bus station, because I know we have to get that fixed in. And there's actually a few mods for new skins for the actual buses, which I think is pretty cool. You can change the way the buses look. Where are we looking? Oh, buses here. So we got to find placement for this huge bus station. I'm not going to just plop it down anywhere, but yeah, we'll definitely find a place. I know out here, down where the train station is, it might not be the worst idea to kind of put it out here. Temporarily, I guess we can just throw it down just to see what it looks like. For those of you that are unfamiliar with it, this is actually with the a lot of questions about some of the little extra things I have. This is with the Digital Deluxe Edition. You get a few extra little things. This is actually one of them, the double-decker bus terminal. So just kind of giving you an idea there. But we'll find a proper location for that. I don't think it's buried in the corner of the map there. And then as far as the modern part of the city, I definitely want to focus that out over here. In real life, I know that London in particular... What is going on here? What is that? Sickness? Is that what that was? I saw that briefly. I think they're having sickness issues, and I can't tell you why. I don't think there's any pollution over here. Do we have garbage service running? Huh. Anyway, I know in modern day London that a lot of the buildings either look like this or they look more like, I had somebody comment, they look a lot more like the way that the City Hall looks, like, for example, this here. A lot of the buildings, I guess, in London, I've never been there, but from what I'm being told, a lot of the buildings kind of look almost like this. So I think it'd be cool to kind of add those in and throughout the city. But there actually is a lot of portions of London that actually are modern city, modern buildings, modern skyscrapers. So I always thought that would be really cool out here in this general vicinity to kind of add a modern, portion of the city. And I know a lot of you have asked that too. So this is actually going to be developed for that exact reason. So I'm just kind of giving you guys an overview here. I know there's a lot of you out there that are actually building your own, London's, kind of based on my structure here. And of course, your own maps or whatever maps that you find to kind of give you the layout. So kudos to you all. And as we move towards the completion here, I'm thinking a few more episodes, definitely. I'm going to try to zone some of this stuff properly in regards to the modern day aspect of it. A lot of questions, revolving around that. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. So we'll go ahead and we'll hang up with this episode here, kind of showing you what exactly is going to be done. And just to kind of give you an idea, if this portion of the city, if we just gone ahead and we just laid down some stuff, like, let's see here, what can we pick? Some of the modern day buildings, I know some of them are just fantastic. Let's see here, let's get some cool stuff. Look at all this stuff, man. This is just out of control. I don't know, Oh yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to show you guys. Check this out. So this is the RCI City Plopper, and I know I've been talking so much about, being able to kind of lay, any of these buildings down and stuff like that. And I believe it'll just kind of construct it up there. If you go down in here where the hotels are and the casinos, where are you at? I think it's in here. It's one of these tabs. Okay, here you go. They actually have all the hotels. Like, these are all the hotels in the game. This is a whole nother a whole nother tab here of all these other, modern day buildings. And I couldn't even believe it when I saw that there was even more. But, they let these get built up. And, like I said, we'll focus. The road layout is quite tedious, and I'm not going to spend, 2 hours on it. So maybe I'll do a time lapse. I know I've talked about that in the past. But maybe we'll do a time lapse for the city area here, where we're going to go ahead and lay down the grids and the different roads for the modern portion of the city. Other than that, let me know in the comments what you think below. Let me know how your cities are doing. I have a lot of questions and requests for screenshots of some of my other completed cities, and I'll be happy to get that. Maybe I'll post them to Google Plus so you all can see. A lot of Google Plus followers. I don't really use Google Plus too much, but for those of you that do, I have no problem posting some of that stuff. So thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Leave a comment below. Drop a like if you enjoy what you're seeing. Next episode, we will focus a lot more on the modern day aspect of it. This should all be built up, and we'll see everyone next time.